the 3-2. Throw deep to left field. This could be it. See ya. He's done it. Number 61.
That right there was Aaron Judge hitting his 61st home run of 2022 on September 28th. He became the first player in the American League to get to this total in, funny enough, 61 years, tying former Yankee Roger Maris's league record. His whole season was defined by patience and delayed gratification. These are great life skills and virtues in general, and the story of a 6'7" baseball-destroying behemoth wound up being a good representation of that. With his contract ending after the season, the Yankees made him an offer to stay with the team long-term. Problem was, it was an extreme lowball to his true market value. Bare minimum, he seems to have earned himself another $87 million on top of this. But that's just one example of how patience fueled his push for the American League single-season home run record. I'm gonna tell you right now, after that 61st home run, Judge would play in 6 more games the rest of the season. He has 6 games from this moment to hit 1 more home run, and do something no AL player has ever done. 62 home runs, 1 season. And we're going to go through every plate appearance he took in those games to show you this journey. Patience was the key to breaking this record, and that will certainly pay off during contract negotiations as Judge enters free agency after this season with the expectation that he becomes one of the highest paid players in baseball history. However, Judge isn't the only one expecting a big payday after this record-breaking season. Baseball card collectors were handsomely rewarded for their patience as well. Values of Aaron Judge cards, particularly his draft day and rookie cards, have skyrocketed throughout the season. With this particular 2013 Bowman Chrome Draft Autographed Blue Refractor card 99 being worth roughly $20,000 today versus 8 months ago where it was around $4,000. And guess what? You can get this $20,000 card for absolutely free on October 27th, 2022 at 7 p.m. Eastern on Whatnot. Whatnot is a live shopping app where you can buy collectibles like sports cards, Pokemon cards, comics, sneakers, and really almost anything else. Imagine your favorite social video platform colliding with an auction house. Whatnot has a collection of streamers who will sell you some of your favorite things via live auction. You can bid back and forth on these auctions in real time, and there are live streams 24/7, like the auction on October 27th with the Aaron Judge card as its centerpiece. You can also hang out with like-minded collectors. It's a ton of fun, and you can find everything you need for your own personal collections. This is the future of the collecting community, and many auctions start at just $1. So make the move and download the Whatnot app today. Use the links in the description to get $10 off your first purchase on Whatnot and bookmark the show. You'll be the first to get notified when it goes live. Thank you to Whatnot for bringing you today's video. Back to the action. The Yankees came back from Toronto on September 30th to play 3 games at home against the Baltimore Orioles. His mother is here, his wife is here, Roger Maris Jr. is here. The home crowd desperately wanted to see him set the record in front of them, with Jeff Bezos being linked to the moment forever. They even cheered the first foul ball he hit in his first at-bat. And right from the start, he shows some good takes on tough pitches. You can tell he's in no rush to swing out of his shoes and rush this moment, even if he does strike out. His second at-bat is a single to center field. His third at-bat goes down to a 1-2 count, and he manages to work a walk. Again, he's waiting for it to come to him. He has to wait for the pitcher to come to him in the 4th plate appearance. Orioles pitcher Felix Bautista has a lengthy injury delay as he tries to recover from landing awkwardly.
And Judge patiently waits.
He winds up being walked intentionally, which is not as cowardly or fun-ruining as it sounds because at this time the Orioles are still trying to sneak into a playoff spot and they're only up 1 in the 8th inning. 1 game down, 5 to go. Judge leads off the next game getting hit by a pitch. The plate appearance that follows jumps to a 2-0 count. A count where most hitters lick their chops, sit on a fastball, and swing as hard as they can. Judge takes. He then takes on 2-1, stands around idly minding his own business on a 3-1 pickoff to first base, then walks on a close pitch 3-1. No idea how he laid this one off, honestly. His next plate appearance is a strikeout. After this is another walk. The one after that is a strikeout that came off the heels of a 3-0 count. Very unusual for him during this stretch. Forget home run number 62, not one ball put in play during the second game. 2 down, 4 to go. The pressure is starting to come on, at least a little more now.
Give me Aaron Judge for the rest of his career. Give me a Yankees championship.
Before he steps into the box for the third game, Yankees announcer Michael Kay points out a pretty wild stat on the broadcast. Since hitting home run number 61, he has seen 46 pitches. 12, only 12 of them have been strikes. That's a rate of just over 26%, way below MLB average. Michael Kay says a lot of things on these broadcasts, my favorite being how he welcomes everyone from around the country to the Yes Network. Take a shot every time you hear him say that.
For those joining from around the country, we welcome you to the Yes Network.
Because this was a worldwide phenomenon. The big joke at this time was how they would be cutting away from big-time college football games to show Judge's at-bats. At-bats that would end in walks. Every chance he had to break the record would get shown to a national audience. And to Judge's credit, he's not really wasting his chances. He's still playing normally. You wouldn't even think there's a big record-breaking achievement waiting in the wings. Still staying patient, waiting for the moment to fall into his lap naturally, and being a team player in the process. He strikes out looking to lead off the third game. He strikes out swinging in the at-bat after that. He works a walk the following time hitting. He strikes out in his final at-bat of the third game. It has now been over 2 full games and 12 plate appearances since he put a ball in play. This could very easily be discouraging to the process for Judge, but you'd never see it publicly. Remember, this is a man who let logic make him a custom beat to walk up to earlier this season. He's always a guy who seems very even-keeled and never gets too down on anything. The 3 games against Baltimore came and went. There are now just 3 more games Judge will play in this season, and they're all in Arlington, Texas. Yankees at Rangers for the final series of the year. Judge leads off the 4th game of our story by grounding out to third base. The first time he's put the ball in play since caveman times. He lines into a double play for his second at-bat. All he can do is smile and jog back to the dugout. Again. Judge then reaches on an infield single in the 6th inning. He ends his day by striking out swinging in the top of the 8th and gets stranded on deck to end the top of the 9th. Literally, having to continue to stand around and wait more than he has to. More than anyone expects him to. I bet most everyone expected him to hit 2 or 3 home runs by now. He has yet to hit a fly ball so far, let alone a home run.
That's weird.
Baby Luigi from Mario Super Sluggers and Aaron Judge in these last few games have shown the same kind of power performance. Only one of these guys are going for home run immortality though. The 5th game, now on October 4th, proves to be a real turning point. The first time you can see the weight of the moment bear down on Judge. He swings at the first pitch and puts it in play to start game number 5. An uncharacteristically rushed and short at-bat for Judge. Time is running out. He finally does put the ball in the air for his next at-bat, but it's not deep enough at all to leave the yard. Maybe your grandma's yard that's like 100 feet long, but not this stadium in Texas. He pops out to first base to end the top of the 5th inning. He singles to right center field in the top of the 8th, swinging at the first pitch for the 2nd time today. He grounds out to end the top of the 9th, once again on the first pitch. The pressure is clearly starting to clamp down. He wants this. He wants it bad. And he's afraid that the more that he waits, the more it slips away. He cannot afford to let this happen though, because if you know how to count, you'll know that the 6th and final game of our stretch is next. Playoff home runs don't count towards the record, so the 62nd home run has to be in this next game. What makes it worse for Judge is that this will be the 2nd game played that day. A doubleheader was on the books. The amount of time he has to clean his slate, forget about what happened earlier, and get back on track is a matter of minutes in the grand scheme of things. So when he steps into the box to lead off his final game of 2022, we don't know whether or not he really has cleared his mind or not. Whether or not he's locked in on what's in front of him, reeling from the stresses of the record chase. But what I do know is what happened next. He did it. 62. The first AL player to ever reach that milestone. The moment was his. After all that patience, all that waiting, inside the batter's box, on the field, and in life itself. Okay, fine. I promised you talking about every at-bat in the last 6 games Judge took. He struck out after this. Then the Yankees pulled him from the game, replaced him with Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, and let him rest till the playoffs started. Is that what you wanted to hear? When this video gets made, Judge's season will still be ongoing. The Yankees are still making a push. We don't know what their fate will be. We also don't know what kind of paycheck Judge will actually sign for this offseason, or with what team. We don't know if number 62 was the last regular season home run he'd hit for the Yankees. We don't know if he'll ever win a World Series. But what we do know is a good thing came to the man who waited.